A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to GWK Facecam Specials Insurgence, the Enlightening venture. And what I got today is, well, more Just Cause 3. Because, well, why not? Why not do as much Just Cause 3 as possible? Because, well, last time I've talked about the fact that I will not be playing Part 4. And that's for all the many good reasons out there. But I guess the main points that I want to bring up with this is that I seem to find this a bit more than just your typical average sort of third-person shooter with open world capabilities, a progression system that can continuously go upwards depending on how long you play and how well you perform. And then we cannot forget the fact that there are also tons of other things that you can potentially do in such a big game like this. For 2015, I'd say that they made an accomplishment. Square Enix certainly managed to keep up on this series, just like how they have been doing so far with Final Fantasy, Tomb Raider, and Kingdom Hearts. For Just Cause, though, it's probably not necessarily their best choice to roll along with. But I suppose the series, who even knows if there ever will be a Just Cause 5, which is probably unlikely to ever happen because of what's been going on with the series as it is. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, really. There has been tons of promotional packages and all that stuff about Just Cause 4, though, that I was able to check on thanks to the PlayStation Store. But again, not going to review it. I'm not going to review like dozens of games out there. Fallout 76, Cyberpunk 2077, aka the ultimate fad in gaming. And then, of course, we have to also take into account the many other things that people despise about the PlayStation 4 era of gaming, which is going to be very vital, especially if I'm going to be having any more titles that I'm going to be playing for the rest of 2021, which is likely to happen because, after all, I actually came up with the possibility of continuing the series even further, gaming with KaijuForceNeo, because, well, I might actually go ahead and create a mainline Season 10, mainline Season 11 and onwards, especially because there actually are some other requests that people were able to, well, put in together. There were some games out there that I was able to play more recently, like the Final Fantasy VII Remake, Metro Redux, which includes 2 different games from the Metro series. Then there's Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and, well, there's going to be some other stuff pretty soon as well that you might also be seeing. Not just here on Facecam Specials Insurgence, the Enlightening venture, which, well, basically include a couple of other games out there that I have not necessarily talked about yet, but also be sure to expect some others to take hold. And the series itself is definitely going to be pretty much at its peak by 2024, perhaps. I'd say here in 2021, it's probably going to be the busiest time I've ever had with GWK so far, because with the combination of 1,171 episodes of the mainline Season 6, and then, of course, there was the usage of Facecam Specials Insurgence Part 5, and, well, there was also Part 4, well, some of Part 4. The majority of Part 4 pretty much took place throughout the remainder of 2020, especially in December, but in January and February was when the series itself kept going. But because there's such a really big gap here between mainline Facecam Specials Insurgence Part 4 and Part 5, and I mean a really big gap. We got February, which was basically when the last, well, main episode of Facecam Specials Insurgence came around, and, well, Part 5 is not due to start until maybe December. Once again, after the mainline season is over. Rightfully so, because that's probably going to be a traditional thing, but then, of course, the mainline series will not continue in 2022. Instead, there's going to be Recollected and Recollected Part 2, and then there will also be the 2-hour specials again, as I've said before. because it has been quite a while since the last time I've done any of those, and there's also the likelihood that I might actually go and bring some more Mega Picks Weekly based episodes. Seeing as how much content I've already gotten so far across the board, it's just massive how much gameplay I was able to get from a lot of newer titles and a bunch of others as well. But definitely expect me to play a lot of other things though, because if there are pretty much any other notes I should probably add on to GWK before just focusing here on, well, Just Cause 3. I mean, it's not necessarily very much. The main objective here is to basically liberate as many towns and destroy as many of these oppressed military bases as possible by taking out certain things here, like these water towers and electrical boxes, transformers, refinery, and all that. There's definitely a lot of things out there that you need to be on the lookout for. And Rico here is supposed to, well, basically just destroy everything and take out as much of the oppression as possible, liberating the crap out of Medici. But again, if there's anything else I should note about GWK this entire year, because, well, let's just face it, this year is already going to be very busy and probably quite a bit, I guess, brutal on me. The year itself is already the worst in history, and I'm dead serious about it. But in terms of how much GWK work I've gotten, I am absolutely, like, I guess, under pressure in that regard. But anyways, Facecam Specials Insurgence Part 4, Part 5, GWK Mainline Season 6, GWK The Emergency Stockpile, Facecam Specials Insurgence The Enlightening Venture, like we have right here. And there's also going to be GWK Leftovers, because after all, I decided to, well, delay a couple things, and as a result, I'm probably going to be able to bring Leftovers around pretty soon, actually. And there is going to be another Leftovers series out there called Upscaled Leftovers, which will kind of be like a sequel series to it. And then there will be another sequel series, which will be even bigger than all the other ones, called Super Leftovers. But that, of course, will not be due to take place until, well, close to the very end, to where I pretty much plan to have GWK, I guess, retired. I mean, I myself am probably going to be retiring from gaming within the year or so. But, of course, let's not forget the fact that at some point in our lives, well, there's definitely going to be a lot of other work that I'm also going to have to work on pretty soon. Until that happens, though, probably don't expect GWK to be gone anytime soon. So, yeah, I'm just blowing up as many of the fuel tanks, transformers, which are like giant electrical things. Yeah. But I guess one other thing I should probably also, well, disclose is the fact that this whole entire summer is certainly going to be like at the height of all of these new things. After all, I've got 2 new Hot Wheels Hilarity series, like, completely in full. And then I also got another new series out there known as Films I Should Have Talked About Years Ago. Which, I mean, it's supposed to be another little, like, series of reviews out there. I tend to have a lot of topics to review all over the place. And, well, I like to do it. So you know what? I guess I'm probably going to have some more Just Cause 3 action right here, so feel free to watch Rico blow up some stuff and take out some soldiers, or you can just listen on into me and just look down in the corner for some more of the face cam action that I still have. So, thank you very much for sticking with me on all of this. I'm very grateful, and I'll see y'all next time.